Welcome everyone to the first podcast style interview with Status Island. We have here Heshy Drew, a great guest. Shalom Aleichem. How are you? And everybody knows, I mean, not everyone, but you're very famous, popular in Lakewood and surrounding areas. What's the name of the company? Selective Solar? I just know you, Heshy Drew. Everybody knows Heshy Drew is a famous, legendary solar provider for years. How many years are you doing it already?
8 years.
So let's hear, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. I'm really excited to be here with Meir because it's not only the first for you to do a podcast style interview, it's actually the first for myself. And a lot of people have been telling me, Heshy, you need to do a podcast. So we're in it together.
That's it. We should open a podcast?
Maybe. I think so.
Maybe one day. Okay. So basically, I know you already for a while because I had you in my contacts. I remember when you made a event in Staten Island, like 2018, I think it was. And then solar was more like a new thing, and Heshy was one of the most popular then already, one of the first people who was doing solar. And it was an interesting barbecue grill event.
Yes.
It was by Avrumi Ulano in the backyard. Avrumi is a famous pioneer. He was on the Status Island one day also, that he was the first Hasidic imam with a shtramel here in Staten Island.
Wow. He did tell me that, yes.
Yeah? Now everybody's debating, no, I was first, everybody likes to be first, but he was one of the first. Anyway, so I remember you from then. And then I reached out to you at one point for a quote.
Yes, so I saw your status. You must have reached out for a quote. I save everyone's contact in order that we should see each other's status. That's literally why I save contacts. One day I see Status Island, I see a lot of good content, and I literally liked it one day, and I reached out to you. I said, Meir, let's meet up. And you were like, okay, we set a date, and you wanted to come to Lakewood.
Right, I was ready to come to Lakewood.
Now, the reason why I came to Staten Island is because I feel close to the community here. We have a lot. I just met Abba Bodenstein, you know him?
Yeah.
He now lives in Jackson.
All right, he used to live around the corner.
He lives around the corner from here. I met him now by a show. I remember then and I have here Simcha Freudenberger and a lot of good people, Askunim and different people that are.
What do you say about Staten Island compared to Lakewood?
I mean, it's a beautiful community. It's a beautiful community. In comparison, we're all Achayni B'nai Yisroel, and it's beautiful.
That's it.
And I feel close over here because I started out, like you said, we started out when nobody was doing solar. Not in Borough Park, not in Staten Island. Avrumi was one of the first houses that I've done, that I did solar for, and that's why we did the barbecue over there. It was people still remember it. I'm happy you remember it. And as I was parking in front of this house, I realized that the neighbor across the street from you has solar.
Right across?
Literally across the street from you. So this is the reason why I come, just to Shapnaches, I was thinking as I'm coming, I'm like, maybe there's a project in the area that we could go put on the camera, and literally across the street.
Wow. So you're famous. Wherever you drop a pin anywhere in the tri-state area, it'll be somewhere near Heshy's installation.
Correct.
Okay. So should we go into the questions that people had about the solar?
So people had questions, and I think that was very smart, and I'm excited to answer those questions. So definitely, let's
discuss one of the main questions people are asking about handling the panels on the roof. That's how a CPA follower worded it very professionally, that there's a fee for handling panels on the roof. So let's say he puts solar to save money, and he has the solar. Let's say he has savings every month in it. But what happens if there's a leak? And then in order to fix the roof, you have to take off the panels, and then you have to fix the roof and then put it back on. There's some type of fee, like a few $100s per panel. That's what this person was asking in his question. Shalas Chochem Chutz Yeshiva. He knew already a lot of the information while he was asking it. And so it comes out, a cheshbon, that he's going to lose out a few $1,000s if he has to fix something and take the panels off and on. Is it worth it to put solar on?
Taking off panels and putting panels on, if someone has to do an extension and there's 3 panels in the place where he needs to do an extension, it could cost them between $100 and $200. In New Jersey, it might be cheaper. In New York, it might be, labor is more expensive. So I say 100 to 200 just to give a range,
right,
to take off and put back on a panel. It does. I never see it as a way that the investment is no good. It's just another cost. So if that year you saved $2,000 having solar, and it costed you $500 or $1,000, or let's say you had to remove the whole system and it costed you $2,000, or so that year you didn't save money on your electricity, but you ended up having to move around panels. I never found, it's never going to come to a point that it's going to make the deal it's going to be a deal breaker if you have to, move panels around afterwards.
So basically you're saying it is a cost and it is a concern, but it's still worth it. So let's say if somebody's going to save $20,000 the next 10 years, for example, so it'll save maybe only $8,000 or something like that. But just, for 20 to 18, it will take off a little bit of a savings. It's another cost to consider, but it's not the end of the world.
Correct.
Okay. Another question people are asking is, this is interesting, but that's how psychology of people works. If it's so good to put solar, why doesn't everybody have it? How could it be it's a good thing to do if not everybody did it?
This is a question I've been getting literally since the dawn of time, since I went into solar. And I'm not just a solar expert. At this point, I consider myself a solar therapist. Why a therapist?
Why?
Because solar is something that people want. I want to save money, but there's no need, there's no call to action. If you have a house and you need a fence, or you need to put in a new something in the house, home improvement, you need to put in a sprinkler system. I want green grass, so therefore I want to put a well into my property so I can water my grass.
Right.
There's no want for solar.
There's no urgency.
There's no urgency. It doesn't make the house look nicer. It doesn't necessarily make the house look ugly, but it doesn't add anything in cosmetics. And it's like you have your lights on, so you're going to pay the electric bill regardless, because people will pay their electric bill before they pay their mortgage. So, it's a food, okay, I'm paying for electric, I could save money, lamacho. People just don't want to be bothered, and therefore they're going to, people want to know, why doesn't everyone have it? It's almost an excuse of not to get it, and people are getting it. You look at Staten Island, 1 out of 3 houses has solar. Look around, Staten Island literally has a ton of solar. Lakewood area is also, New Jersey's picking up like crazy. That is no longer, it used to be maybe 10 years ago, why doesn't everyone have it? But these days it's not even a question.
Right, you see it more and more.
You see it more and more, and then people might not even know. People say, why doesn't my neighbor have it? Your neighbor might be in contract. People are getting it, and sometimes people are waiting for Yenim to have it. It's just in that model in life is never a good model.
Right. If you copy what everybody's doing, it's not a good model.
It's not a good model.
Right. So this is similar to the other question that people were asking. That what happens if my wife doesn't like it? It makes the house look a little bit not so fancy.
I have a policy when people tell me if the wife gets involved and the wife doesn't like it, I tell them, look, I have one job. My job is to argue with my own wife. I'm not looking to argue with your wife. You can argue with her. Let me know when she's ready. I step out. The one time, people need to know this, the one time that solar is take, even if there's no trees and the roof is brand new, and I mean, we could do it on old roofs and put in a new roof, but let's say you have a perfect house, it's a new construction, no trees, no everything. Adavab zut nein. The answer is no. I step aside. I don't even bother. That's it.
That's it. That's the final word. Okay. So maybe you could explain, also people want to know a simple technical thing. What's leasing? What's financing? If you could just explain it a little bit, what's the better option?
So solar has had a lot of ups and a lot of different structures, because there's so many things. Let's say in New York, you have NYSERDA used to give money towards the customer's contract, so we lowered the contract price.
Only for low-income people.
It was for everyone, a small amount, and lower income got even a bigger amount. Unfortunately, they stopped that, right? So that played a difference in, let's say, financing. When interest rates went up, that helped because it lowered the loan, so it lowered the bank fee and it lowered the interest rate. And then sometimes a finance ended up over 25 years clocking in at more savings. They were always both good options. Recently, because going into 2026, which is going to be this week, We're going into 26.
Right.
There's no more income tax credit. So for people that are paying high income taxes, they cannot get an income tax credit. NYSERDA is not giving money back, not for low income or high income. I'm seeing that leasing is going to be the way to go. From Lani Izdati, from what I see, I spoke to a few other solar people that are in the industry. They also said the same thing. We'll see what's going to happen. But generally, people like myself, we try to find the best fit for the customer, and we speak to the customer to see what they need. They need low monthly payments. It used to be based on your income, we decided what's best. But now we don't even need to do that. Leasing is going to be probably the way to go. And just to tell you what a lease looks like in New York City, you could lower the bill by, from 36, 37 cents per kilowatt hour to about 24, 25 cents. And yet that range, it depends on the type of house, flat roof, pitched roof, but something like that.
That's without income tax credits and without New York
Correct.
New York City.
Correct. You could lower it. It ends up being, let's say, $1,000 to $2,000 a year savings. But Con Edison has a tendency of going up a lot. So that will quickly be, most likely, much more savings. And the Mall of New York City is a tremendous property tax credit. And with a lease...
Also, the property tax credit is staying. The income tax credit is finished. In 2026, it's gone. But the property tax credit is staying.
Property tax credit is staying, and it's even more when you lease a system. So property taxes, I've been seeing $20,000, $30,000. It's over 4 years, but in total, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Big numbers.
Why is it more when you lease? Just the technical?
It's very technical. The reason it is more is because when you finance, it goes on the principal amount, the loan amount. When you lease, you're able to take all the payments of what you're going to pay because there's no contract amount. So your contract amount is the payments times 300 months times the 25-year term. And you take that times 30%.
Also, that's higher than the contract amount used to be because it's with all the fees and everything.
Anything you pay over time ends up being more than if you bought it out right. So if you pay $50,000 today, paying it in a lease will end up being $80,000 or something. So it's $80,000. The property tax goes off of the $80,000. Okay, we're gonna go outside to show a little visuals over here of what's happening.
Okay, let's see. 1 minute, Heshy, I see one of those solar panels on your car is cracked. What happened over there?
So basically the snow ended up cracking one of those solar panels. You see, if this panel would have been on the roof, then the snow would have not cracked that panel. But actually that was last winter in the snow. That's like it glitched. And I ended up having to put the panel on the car because it's a cracked panel. I don't want to give it to one of my customers.
Okay, we can tell you're from Lakewood. You have a yeshivish car now.
Exactly. The company car is a yeshivish car. So it is what it is. Baruch Hashem.
Let's see.
It's We have a cracked car and solar panel.
Did you lease or finance it, your car?
That's paid off. That's a Baruch Hashem. If I'm still making payments on that, that would be a problem.
Okay, so let's see. You want to show us a house that happens to be across the street where you put the solar.
So this is a house that we did across the street. I like to show this house has the nets. Let me get in front of the camera here. It has the nets. I don't know if you could zoom in. You see it has like the squirrels can't get underneath.
Oh, on the side of the panel?
Yeah, between the panel and the roof. You see there's like a little net. You could see it with your eye. I don't know if you could see it in the camera.
Right, it's very thin.
That house doesn't have it. I don't think I did that house. It's not my customer. Whatever. And then let's see here. Let's see in terms of from the side, you could just see what it looks like. This is a Gitze Chaverman.
By the way, what happened? Con Edison started charging people a fee. Even if you have solar, they started charging some more fees. What's going on?
I have to discuss that. So here, by the way, you have the breaker box for the panels.
Oh, so the solar comes in, the electricity from the roof goes into the panel?
It goes from the roof into here, and from here it mixes into the panel box of the house, and that's how. You see here the bars are going to the right. That means that the house is now using electricity from the grid, and when the sun is shining more, it will go to the left. If there's more electricity than the house is using. The green light is on, that's how I know it's working.
Oh, this is what is
That's like the software where in my office I could see the panels, how they're producing. I can see the panels from, that's what sends out what connects the system online. Now,
So what's with the Con Edison fee?
the Con Edison fees, Azoy. They started charging in New York. Let's say you have 12 solar panels. In this case, it's a smaller system. It's a 4 kW. But let's say you have a 10 kW system, right? So that's like usually like 20, 25 panels, 10 kW.
Yeah.
They could charge you $2 per watt per month. So let's say 10 kW means you're paying an additional, I think, $20 a month for having solar on your house. It bothers me. It's a chutzpah. V'dav shirayim foy. It's a big problem because they could change that fee. They can make it $3. And now if you have solar, you're paying $20 for the meter, another $20 for having solar. So you're paying $40 even if the solar is giving you full coverage for your full house's electricity. You're paying $40 a month for the basic service charge. Foy.
It's a chutzpah.
It's a chutzpah, and then we have to fight anti-Semitism.
Okay, Heshy, thank you so much for this interview. It's very informative. I had another question. Like me, for example, myself, I was thinking of doing solar, but I didn't have too much time to look into it. Now, my question is, like any educated consumer, people want to know, is it smart to just go with one company, or should they compare two other companies?
So I have different customers. Some people, they just call me and they end up going with just me. That's not a problem. I take care of my customers. I'm always competitive, always giving them the best deals. Some people, they like to go shopping, and I think
One second, boy wants to pass the scooter here. Okay.
There's some people are want to shop around. I always respect it. I always have respected it. And there's, you know, different people will sell it slightly differently, will you know, make differences and stuff. Obviously, I'm in it long enough. I have my product. I give what I give, and I give the best, and I usually win, you know, for the most part. Here and there, I'll lose to a competitor. I'm very happy for them, especially if they're part of the community. I'm very happy for them. It's different types of people. I always respect it, and I think it's a good thing if that's how you shop, that's how you buy things. Take another quote, but listen, and always come back to the person that you started off with first, and that's my personal opinion. Give them a fair chance always, and always listen to what people have to say, and get references, and speak to people, your friends, and see who people recommend out there, and that's it.
Okay, thank you so much. Hatzloch Rabbi. Have the rest of the day easy fast.
Thank you.
Hatzloch Rabbi. Heshy, one more thing before you go. We had a beautiful interview. One more thing before you go. I see on your status that you started the mashpia business. What is this? A licensed mashpia? Tell me about it. What is it?
So it's very, very good. I'm very, very into that, and that's really my main business. The solar is a side hustle. The main business is mashpia because, first of all, the sun is all about shefa. And the Eibishter is really mashpia, the sun. And I am the, you know...
We need a guitar. 1 minute. Maybe we should bring a guitar. Now we're talking. If you're a mashpia, you have to be able to play guitar. Let's hear a song. You have own compositions as well?
I don't really. No.
So which song are we going to do?
My father Grade composes songs, you know that?
Really?
My father composes
Maybe
songs.
sing one of them.
My father's song, it goes like this. He had a nice one on Hanukkah, but I'll sing a Shabbos song like my father has. You have a capo? What song do the boys want? Because we have a choir, Shemesh V'Yirayach choir. That's what we have over here. You guys want to come in the video, or you want to sing from the back? Yossi's coming in. Yossi, welche nigga? Hashem Elokeinu, yo 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 mayni, imasa yudaini, koinenu naini, imasa yudaini, masa yudaini, koinenu.
Let's hear some chizik for today's generation, Heshy.
So Meir, I'm gonna tell you like this. I started out my journey, got married. Like a lot of us, we get thrown into life with marriage, having to buy a house, make money, raise children, tuition, everything gets thrown on. Baruch Hashem, Azoy Gaitas Ben's Klal Yisrael, gets thrown on at once. And it took me a while to realize this, but I want to tell everyone out there not to forget. There's 5 things that are important, and the order has to be right. It can never be money, and then try to buy your Aisha's Chayil with the money, and then for the kids, and then you take care of yourself, and then trachst abisov in the Bashefer. I'm very, very focused on this. It used to be people ask me, oh, Heshy, I was known as the solar guy.
Like that was your whole identity.
My whole identity was solar, and I said to myself, like, genikshan, like, ich bin ein bisschen Eved Hashem, ich daven, ich lein, try to do mitzvahs. So I really want to remind the Oilam. Number 1, Hashem Echad Shmo Echad, that's your thumb, that's over here, the Eibishter. When someone does thumbs up, they're saying that mevazim with the finger.
Wow.
They're pointing to the Eibishter. The Eibishter, then comes your connection with the Eibishter, and your kirvas alekim li toiv, like David HaMelech said. Then comes the Aisha's Chayil, then come the kids, and then comes money, which is the pinky, the smallest part, the smallest. We're busy with it all day, and ayidaf panusir. But don't forget, stay focused in life. That's it.
Thank you so much. It's very inspiring. Hatzlucha, Rabbi.